Hey, Ultra. Freaking 8 or 9 times I just fucking reset my phone. I actually lost count how many times I had to restart the phone. And then I just gave up and I repositioned it. I restarted it. And then it gave me the better signal that I wanted. I hope the sound quality is okay. I'm having a bit of a moaning day, I guess. Like the reality check, the ideas of good ideas. And it got me thinking whilst I was resetting my phone. It got me into thinking I should have freaking dated all those transactions. And you would have seen how familiar uh, they were. Or, yeah. I don't know if anybody took out their calculators and did that wee test that is commonly antagonized many people's. Nah, mate, it was signal. That was pure signal issues. Just pure signal issues. Nothing to do with the chat that was going on. No, just pure signal issues. Which isn't even a force of nature. And so, because my need to talk and to be clear, um, to be part of something, I'm more determined. And so my naturalness, I, wow. Look at that downfall. I've never mentioned that downfall. So why does he keep dragging it out and dragging it out? I've got a freedom that many try controlling their love. 54 trolling accounts associated to that person. I haven't mentioned him, and I haven't mentioned his name. I haven't mentioned his other characteristics. So for him to come into this chat talking like that, I mean, what a prat. Good afternoon, Barb. Yeah, I'm back. I just what you call it, signal issues. I had to reset my phone like 8 or 9 times. I think it was like 8 or 9 times, if not more. I had to restart it. I wasn't satisfied with the reading that the signal was telling me. Zero signal. Good afternoon again, Andy Darwin. Welcome. It's a strange thing. My phone's from China or Japan. It's a Japanese maker, Chinese maker. I forget. But like it's got a when I turn it on and off initially, it has the English times attached to it. But then as it gets signal, it updates to the position of where I am. And the funny thing with that is because when I was filling out when we filled out what model it was that I was buying and where I wanted it to send to, I mean, there was a different freaking setting for if it was a UK model or a Spanish model. So it's a little bit strange that my phone's got to be on roaming all the time. And another thing is like something else. I can't remember. I'm still. So some people think I should become a drug dealer in order to finance this this life. Oh, there's somebody that's attention seeking, eh? They're definitely attention seeking, aren't they? That's nearly 10 accounts I've blocked today associated with the same person. I mean, he isn't interested in my business transaction. So why does he my business offer? Sorry. So why does he keep plaguing? I mean, seriously, he wants my lollipop. It's the only thing. It's the only thing he wants, my lollipop. Now I refer to lollipop in the playground manner. You know, when the youths got a lollipop, everybody wants a lollipop. But this lollipop's sweet and fresh. You know, you can tell by the surroundings. Sweet and fresh. I tell you what it shows though is obsessive behavior, like I've preached many times in that person's character description. It's funny on Messenger, myself and Dick Williams used to have conversations for 4 or 5 hours at a time. And then more than likely, I'd go and have a chat with somebody else that I had attached on Messenger. One of 4 or 5 other people's at a time. I was talking, yeah, with about 6 people at the time, quite regularly on the WhatsApp. Good afternoon, Purple. It's too much like behavior. You know, like it's difficult to, you know, and that's why I just let them be. I just let them be for a long time. Let them shine for who they want to be. So let them be. Sounds like there's a fly trap somewhere. I know, Echo Nako. Hey, just for having a name like you're using, I don't like your interaction. So you can get out of it. And sorry for highlighting that message. It wasn't intentional. What I had intentions of was blocking that one with the dodgy name. For some people's, you know, like they play on the fact that I read the read the chat and the chatters as they come in, and that I'd be making references to dodgy things and including dodgy peoples. But I don't want to invite dodgy peoples. Some of those dodgy peoples had had their opportunities, but they only abused. So I don't wish to even consider those beings even on this. Putin's been employed a job and he has he's done it or he and happy days. Now I'm going to go on the hunt for Putin and putting it straight. That's what I'd be saying. So if you want to invest in me going on a manhunt, I'll go looking for the world's enemy, Putin. Um, let's get it on. Hmm? You know, Andy Darwin, I'm not having a chilled day. No, not really. I woke up to green beans for breakfast, and yeah, I've eaten all my flour. I've had the last few days munching on homemade pan bread, and it's not been very entertaining, really. Eating the same thing, boring, just flour and water, bait, cooking it in a fucking pan. It's not been very appealing. So no, I'm not in such a good chilled form. I have been smoking just to switch off from that, and yeah, smoking's a bit dodgy, really. When you're not eating properly, it can really strip your bodies from any sugar that you do have. And so, like the whole time that I'm demonstrating how I live and how I like to live, I mean, I put in energy into smoking. If I didn't smoke, I'd have that bit more energy, but then life wouldn't be so beautiful for me, you know, because I'm so used to enjoying and being able to enjoy getting stoned at the same time. The fact that many months ago I recognized, you know what, yeah, I'm just as well to give up smoking, but I don't want to. So why should I have to? So I reduce, you know, I buy, or I did buy, organic free range tobacco. I didn't buy any ganja or hash since I've been on this mountain. You know, like in that hippie community, that's a different story. You know, like live day to day buying a bit of weed or a bit of hash. But you know, like on this mountain, I haven't had to. I've been very fortunate. Yeah, where I got abandoned to look after a garden. I looked after that garden. I smoked, but I didn't sat here and I smoked. Doing lots of things. And then just as I smoke it all and finish, come to an end of it, it's like I get loaded up with these lumps of hash. So Mother Nature says to me, you know, like, don't fucking quit smoking, you know, like, yeah, you know, like, yeah, not just yet, not just yet. And it's getting to a point where I think I do have to just go walking with my rucksack and, like forget about this mountain for a while. Go and go and explore, go and meet some people in familiar grounds. Try and get some sense of where I'm meant to be, because this place is as inviting as it is to be. So like up here. Being up here, there is a lot of magic and beautifulness that is up here. No, I didn't, Barb. I didn't mention that earlier. Not at all. No, no, I haven't mentioned that yet. No, I'm not. I'm not in that frame of mind. No, I'm not one of those persons, really. In the video from yesterday that I uploaded, yeah, it took friggin' best part of 24 hours to upload that video. It was 3 GB long, and it took nearly a day to upload because I signal was up here so bad. That was me, like me saying like I don't see, like what to do. Like yeah, I'm here with the dogs. I give my life to the dogs. I don't know what to do. You get me? I don't want to give the dogs up. They've got a great life with me, and especially yeah, in my elements out on road. Like yeah, where I can find things, where I can do things, I can live. Stuck on the mountain, I got to create everything from nothing with nothing, and I try and survive in the meantime. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense at all. Waiting for what other people have said that they're going to be doing, that could include me, legitimate jobs. Well, then, like, it doesn't matter where I am, really. Andy's off to lay some new carpet. For the last 2.5 years, I haven't even had a sniff of a carpet. Jeepers. I got a rug on my floor though, but it's kind of different. A lot different. Oh, not me. Oh, good. Oh, Ultra says. For me, Barb, I'm a drifter. I drift. I come and I go. Like the definition of a tramp in the English dictionary, Oxford Dictionary. Like I go to where the work is. Do you get me? Yeah. I tramp around. I got no expectations. You know. Like the sunshine. Yeah, I like this warm climate. This in Spain, and like I like the natural foods that grow. Yeah, and the places that are established. I like the food that grows. So just by going to those places, I have a greater chance of me being me and surviving me being me than I do, like as things have been for the last 2.5 years. I mean, this has been the slowest progress I've ever made in anything. And it's just like, whoa. I've made loads of progress on since being on this mountain. This is one thing that keeps me here. Because although it's like it's not daily progress, there is daily progress. Yeah, another day's done. You get me? Yeah, another day is done. Regardless, happy days. Um, I've done my best to like reserving the energy that I could quite easily, foolishly slip up and lose. So like it's a good day for like Yeah. That's how I always think upon things. You know, if I haven't got the energy to doing things and I haven't done much, well, then I've saved energy. So, you know, like when I do need to do something, yeah, I'd have that, boom, I'm doing something. And at least, even if it's just that mental energy that takes over that physical energy, because I know I'm going to hurt when I walk down to the village and I walk back up to the village. I know I'm going to be hurting. I know I'm going to be hurting because it fucking hurts walking up and down that mountain. Yeah, it shouldn't. Yeah, because it's not that far. Yeah, when you think that I can walk 50 kilometers a day, and it's not a problem, it doesn't hurt to walk 50 kilometers a day. But yeah, it hurts walking 5 kilometers up the mountain. It hurts. It doesn't make sense. Personally, I'd much rather walk 50 kilometers a day, have a fucking beautiful time walking with the three dogs, enjoying walking 50 kilometers a day, rather than not walking with the dogs 5 kilometers and in pain, suffering. Walk into isolation, walk into abandonness, you know, walk into be forgotten. You get me, yeah? It's like, I don't think, yeah, of all my material, all my goods, yeah, I think I'd have to take my boat. I would have to take my boat. Really, 110%. Yeah, I would have to take my boat and the dogs. That boat, maybe it weighs like 30 or 40 kilos. Yeah, maybe even less. I need a trolley. Simple as. Gonna need some rope. Gonna need to carry the pumps. For the durability that I'd have walking with my boat. You know, find opportunities where I can put my boat out to sea and the dogs can just run 20 kilometers, run. You know, explore the beaches nighttime. There's nothing. Good afternoon, Steph. Same as in Spain, Spanish tradition. You say hello and I say goodbye. Hola, adios, adios, hasta luego, adios. Yeah, in Andalusia they says adios, but Madrid, Spanish, they would say adios, adios. For way like yeah, it's like this is farmers' country. This is farmer and fisherman country. Yeah, this is desert land where there's a lot of dry mouth. Yeah, a lot of dry mouth. So like pronouncing those letters that need moist, uh, moist mouths. You don't really get those pronunciations this far south. Uh, that would be my explanation from my observations. Now, walking with Ted and Grizzles, I don't expect to be able to walk 150 kilometers a day. I don't expect that. And I don't have the transport to carry them. If I had a trailer, I'd be able to carry Captain Jack. Yeah. If I had the same sort of trolley system as I had when I had my kayak, I just rolled up the kayak. It was in a bag, and I just rolled it up and put it on the trolley and pull it. Sometimes push it, more often pull it, and happy days. And I just put Captain Jack on top, and happy days. Carry my own rucksack full of my clothes and different bits. I do like the life on the road. Just walking on to who knows where until you feel the need to settle. When you feel the need to settle, like you learn quick if you're welcomed or not. Yeah. And the suspense grows. Eh? And the suspense grows. It's funny, yeah, because I've dated three ladies with the name Suzanne. Yeah, I've dated three. Short term dating. Although one was all summer and then all the next summer. That went on for a year. Yeah. My van does work, you bugger. My van does work. It only needs 2 batteries. Yeah, it does only need 2 batteries. What are you talking about? You liar, Richard Reed, or you misinformed Mr. Reed. I only need 2 batteries for my van to be working. Seriously, bro. And I need to pump up a tire. Yeah, and what? That's working. Just needs 2 batteries and a pump up on the tire. Happy days. I said, I don't know where you got your misinformation from, but yeah, I should penalize you. I should cash penalizing. How much should we charge Richard Reed for coming in with such a message? Shall we penalize him £500 or £5,000 or £500,000? Shall we fine him £5 million or £5 billion English pounds? Shall we fine him that much? Yeah, for coming in with his bad behavior. I mean, my van only needs 2 batteries and a tire. I haven't lied about that ever. From day one, I've mentioned that. That's all it needs. And what? We're gonna penalize you. You won't be giving if you're penalized. Yeah. If we fine you, yeah, then you're not giving. You're paying your fines. Yeah. Now we're gonna fine you £5 million, Richard Reed. Have you got £5 million for me right now, Richard Reed? I sure could do with it. There's some horse races coming up that I want to gamble on. I've never gambled on horse races, but with £5 million that Richard Reed's going to pay me, I will start betting on horses. That one will bite you. That one will kick you. That one will bite you. That one will raise up its 2 front legs and punch you with both legs, with both hooves. I'm still begging, Colorado. I don't know about doing nothing. I know purple spliff, isn't it? I mean, that's how we should. That's how it should be on YouTube. Yeah. Anybody that talks shit to a non-shit talker. Yeah. Anybody that comes in insulting and abusing should be fined £5 million. Yeah. They wouldn't do it fucking twice. Do you get me? Yeah. Now, Ice Chain Pure Waters. Are you still up for hire with your kicking indoors with your 44s? Because there's a £5 million debt that needs collecting from Richard Reed. Owes me £20,000, and Gritzy owes me £5,000. Do you get me? Yeah. Whoa. I'd be living off the interest of the bank for the rest of my life with fucking dollars like that I've just earned in the last couple of months, just being on YouTube. Richard Reed, I tell you what, right? You give me £400, yeah, I'll buy 2 brand new batteries, yeah, and a tank of diesel and a tank of oil, yeah, and I'll take you on road tour. How about that? Well, funny you got Glazer in your title. I don't like Glazers. And just for your information, I haven't had a donation since which 2nd of February. I've just given on my previous live. I've just given out a big read off of everything that was donated to me via PayPal. I didn't put any dates attached to it, and I didn't put any names attached to it. But I did insinuate one lady who made a kind donation of £38 9 pence, or was that 38 euros and 9 pence? I don't remember. I didn't write that information down. Oh, Richard Reed, if I made a business proposition with you, yeah, if I made a business proposition with you, I'd be a man and I'd stick to it. But do you get me? Yeah, the fact that I said, give me £300, or no, what did I say? Give me £400. I said, give me £400. I'd buy a tank of oil, a tank of diesel, and 2 new batteries, and I'd take you on a road tour. I never once mentioned about giving it back. But if you wanted to get into lending me monies, then we could talk about that. We can talk about you lending me some monies. Yeah. How much do you want to lend me? And how long would it take before you start getting all bitchy and demanding it back? Yeah. You get me? If you're a man in position to be lending monies, maybe you've come to the right man to talk about lending money too, because I fucking sure damn does need some dollar. I don't think I'd actually just drive my bus away. I think I'd just like eat loads of food and have the energy to do other things. That's what I'd like to be borrow money for at this point. Yeah. Not for any other reason apart from I just want to eat food. If I have to give up on this mountain so I can go to the cities where I know there's free food centers, then I'll go to the free food centers. I don't give a shit. You know, like that's how I've lived in Bristol. I tried living like that in Ireland. Yeah. I've lived like Spain, and it's not a life that bothers me. I quite like life without money, but having the essential foods there. I like that. I like eating food. Oh dear. You know, if I didn't understand the friendship that you two have got, Barb and Ultra, I'd take offense by some of them questions. Purple spliff, you know, you get me, yeah. Like for me, I guess I was spoiled with food growing up. When I met my father, yeah, I really learned what food was. When I was with my mother, I never really appreciated it because I never knew food, really. I mean, yeah, my mom make chili con carne. She makes sticky toffee puddings. She make roast dinners. But when I met my dad, like, whoa, I recognize butcher meat. You get me? Yeah. I recognize fishmonger's fish. Vegetables from the gardens, fruit from the orchards. That's what that big difference. You get me? And then, yeah, my father took me to Ireland where we had a fucking smallholding, yeah, where we raised our own animals for the table. You get me? Yeah, where we grew our own fucking cabbages and fucking turnips and potatoes, onions. Quite easy when there's a team of people. When there's a team of people, like different things get done. When I first came to this mountain, I was pretty damn sure, like the rest of the world is on lockdown. The rest of the world on lockdown. Here I am on the fucking mountain of fucking freedom. Because there is nobody to fucking remind me to get in your door, get inside your door. There ain't no more of that. I had all of that when I was a child. I had all of that in my adolescent years. I had all of that all my fucking life until I came to this mountain. I come to this mountain and there's nobody and nothing. I thought that was going to be the big change in the world. I thought it was just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And in time, it probably will. But in the meantime, like there's a bit of an opening. And I thought that people would have the sense to get to where they can see a potential bonus in life, a life worth living. And I thought some of the people that know me would have made their way here by now. But it turns out that people are more distracted with the main distractions of having, like the front doors opened again. And they've gone back to the same ignorant levels of which they thought they were running away from in the beginning. But they've gone running straight back to the closed doors. I don't want to be back in that system of closed doors. I've always tried to live outside and just roaming, go to work, roam, live at work, happy days. Get up, go to work. It's a lifestyle. It's not about having to go home again. It's not about having 3 different lives. It's about having one life. That's how I've lived. Exactly like that. So it's a little bit disheartening that, like there's so many peoples that ignore the opportunity that there's freedom in the world. You just got to take it. You just got to take that freedom. You just got to make that switch that you'd rather be free to die living than to live dying. I mean, I hate all that idea, of just being in a box dying. I hate that idea. That's the worst idea of life. Like I don't like that. No. I'd much rather walk to my death than sit and wait for death to come for me. And I said that when I got my tattoo of the Grim Reaper. I said, I'll take you everywhere I go. You don't need to go looking for innocence. You don't need to get distracted. Yeah. I'll walk with you everywhere. And that was the point of the Grim Reaper on my shoulder. That was after a second time falling overboard on fishing boats. Some of the greatest people that I've ever known work in that industry. Some of the strongest willed, strongest mind, physically non-beatable. And I think it's absolutely beautiful. When I put into simple practices that I learned whilst being out at sea, I put in the same practices in everything in life. You know, don't try breathing. Just give up breathing. Just give up. You know, sink. Let the world take you. And every time you sink, just let the world take you. And for me, it's easy. Sink to the bottom of the sea. Wait for that string of pots to loosen up because they've sank. Now they're level with me. I don't have nothing to pull on. Now they're sank together. And I'm down here too. And my last knowledge of action was just opening that loop that was twisted around my ankle. Enough for me to raise to the surface. Natural buoyancy of trapping my wind, trapping my air, not losing my last breath, but holding on to it for the time that it took. I don't practice holding my breath, but by God, when I needed to, I was fucking able to. This comes into a lot of practices in life, you know. When you're being suffocated, I like reading the messages. It's like for me, Barb and Ultra, Barb's one of the clever ones. You know, Barb looks over things and see things with great awareness, great consciousness. Mrs. Magpie does the same. Jamie Sawyer does the same. They look over with a great with a great willingness. They encourage in their different ways. You know, like Barb's got a lot of wisdom that she share. Jamie got a lot of support that he shows. And Mrs. Magpie just like a lot of compassion. Yeah, a lot of real. And if you have a look at these three people, they both all three are family orientated households with responsibilities. A lot of people have a stray relation, you know, stray uncle, stray brother, family orientated peoples. You know, they have family members aren't with them because you know, like yeah, they went off on their own road. You know, now for me, I I get to be able to relate to people's because you know I'm one of those rogue family members that took to my own life. No more camping on the moors, eh? On Dartmoor. Well, I'm glad I did that fucking 15 years ago, then, eh? Sorry. I think that's something to do with Glastonbury being full up. Do you know, since they started emptying all the road sites, do you know, like the New Age travelers, some places have been taken over. And then you got places like, you know, the moors, for example, do you know, like if you got to walk 10 miles to get to a village, do you know, to get your groceries, yeah, you're going shopping once a month. If you're lucky enough to be camping out on the moors, for example, and using it as an address, you know, like you know, it's like But then, it's like, yeah, madness. And what for on what grounds? I mean, like for me, I've always known that wild camping's been illegal in England or frowned upon in England, anyways. Like being homeless, yeah, it was safer without a tent. The minute you put a tent up, people are fucking petrol bombing you. Happened to our tents in friggin' Exeter. One time I caught up with peoples and like camped out with other peoples, and like coming home one day, like there'd been a series of it in Exeter. Yeah, shit loads of wild campers, homeless people. A lot of people's tents had been burnt out. Well, it happened to us. Yeah, it happened to our tents. We were tented out on a traffic roundabout just outside of Exeter. Yeah. And frick, man, 4 tents, all 4 of our tents burnt out, ashes. Now, a lot of locals were saying that was down to the motorway maintenance peoples, that they were responsible. But that didn't explain the peoples they were getting burnt out down on the riverside. You get me? Yeah. For me, I never had any issues down at the riverside. For me, by then, I'd already learned. Yeah. Don't be camping. Yeah. A good sleeping bag, and a good blanket, and happy days. Yeah. Plenty of cardboard. Thick cushion of cardboard. Maybe 6 cardboard boxes opened up for a mattress. Because you don't want them getting all the humidity. You know what they says about Glastonbury waterways, all the rivers and all the lakes and all that stuff. It's all contaminated, and they encourage. They says the contamination comes from the festivals and the hippie sites. A lot of people think that when they have the shit out in the wild, all they got to do is dig a hole and bury it. No, animals dig it up. That gets put into the water table. That ain't no good. Yeah, to use human shit on the land. Yeah, it has to be fucking cured for 2 years. You can't just use shit. You can't. So knowing this, yeah. Animals that live outside in the wild, yeah, they'll smell human shit and think it's food. Do some research. You'll see it. It takes a lot of teaching animals not to eat human shit when you're out in those environments. And I bet there's a lot of people that have complained because their dogs are fucking tripping because they've eaten human shit. It's absolutely disgusting. I had arguments in that hippie community because for me, I'm shit pit Steve. Yeah, I'll make toilets. You get me? I like the idea of securing shit because I've grown up on lands and with animals, and there's nothing worse than seeing your animals fucking eating shit. And so recognizing that as a young fella, you know, watching animals eating fucking animal shit. You know, like it's like don't like that. So living in that hippie community, you know, and so many of them hippies just shitting anywhere. And then you're seeing all these dogs, yeah, following strangers just because, yeah, they know that that stranger feeds them daily, daily. Those hippies are feeding those abandoned dogs daily just because they're just dumping dirty bastards. When you go up and walk through that hippie community and you see how many homes without toilets, they don't have toilets because they think like people. Dig a hole. Dogs dig holes. Dig a hole. Cats, yeah, dig up your garden and they shit in your garden. Not in my fucking garden, they didn't. I keep talking about doing a walkthrough in that hippie community, letting somebody come and visit, and I'll point out, you know, I'll be your long distance, you know, like I'll keep an eye on you from a long distance. I'll show you what it's like living in that hippie community, but you gotta live it. You gotta be there. But know that I'm there for you. I'm not there for anybody else. So it don't matter. Yeah, you are getting out of there alive. Yeah. You see on YouTube, hey look, you're on camera. Hey look, you're on camera. That's what I'd be doing if you got any bother, any confrontation. Say, yes, to get the fuck away from us now. This is interested in doing these something valuable, yeah, for people to learn, yeah, where their runaways run to, yeah, where you know, like the lies and the bullshit can just be lies and bullshit because everybody else is lies and bullshit. You know, if the communities are built on it, then that's what they attract and that's what they manage. Anybody that met me in that hippie community would tell you, yeah, I was a bit of one of these sheriffs in town. Yeah, I was protecting the community. I was encouraging the good things. Yeah, you want to make gardens there? Huh. That's other people's toilet before you arrive. Captain Jamie sending us to the shop. Means they're going to eat some food today, potentially. So long as the shop's open, so long as the computer says yes, then be eating some food tonight. I've eaten some green beans this morning. I can't get excited until I get down. and and I won't go down until the shop's open. There's no point.